You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Looking forward to today's Weight Loss and Wellness Wednesday. We're going to be revisiting a topic that we spoke about maybe 300 or 400 episodes ago. It's something called the 5-2 diet, often referred to as the up-down diet, sometimes called alternate day dieting, and sometimes called the fast diet. So what I want to do is I want to go over what it is and why a lot of people have been writing about it. They've been asking me this question on our weekend host calls. So instead of going over that on one specific host call on the weekend, I thought it warranted its own show. It'd be nice for us to revisit this topic, explain it a little bit, especially since more people are understanding the benefits of fasting and whether this type of diet is the best for people, or maybe, just maybe, can be tweaked a little bit to be made even better so they get more out of it. So what is the 5-2 diet? Well, essentially the 5-2 diet talks about eating normally, like literally whatever you want for 5 days a week. Again, I want to explain the diet. I don't want to promote the diet because it is not something that I do promote outright, but I promote some of the underlying principles behind it. So let's go over that first. So the up-down diet is essentially eating whatever you would like, including dessert, anything that you want for 5 days per week. Now, the goal is to move you towards a healthier style of eating. So I'm not saying that you should be eating pie or you should be eating dessert and these things. But what it is saying is that you can really eat whatever you'd like, eat normally, whatever you consider normal for 5 days per week. Now, 2 out of those days during the week are going to be a lower calorie day or a caloric restriction day. How low? Well, this particular 5-2 diet is recommending 500 calories for women for the day and 600 calories for men. And of course, they do say you can change that basal metabolic rate based on your total energy expenditure, which means like how much output do you put out during the day? Are you an athlete? Are you someone that exercises? Any one of those specific things. But as you've listened to my podcast before in the past, you know that if it's a fast day, if you're going to be doing more than one fast day in a row, I typically don't recommend exercise. Why not just give yourself that day of rest? It makes so much more sense. You're trying to do a relaxing thing, a rejuvenating thing for your body anyways. Why would you want to overload your body with more exercise when you're already trying to enjoy the benefits of calming the sympathetic nervous system? Okay, so who is this diet for? Well, predominantly it was promoted for people who are struggling with losing weight and don't want to restrict themselves to just, we'll call it, well, eating more whole foods, eating healthier foods overall, maybe eating more vegetables, maybe getting more of their calories from non-processed foods. And I understand that's not an easy thing for everyone, so I don't want to take it lightly. Again, I'm where I'm at today, but only having gone through the journey myself, meaning that at one point or another, believe me, growing up, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, I was eating the Little Debbie snacks, I was, having Oreo cookies, raspberry coconut Twinkies, any of those things. So believe me, I've been there. And gradually I got a little better and a little better and a little better. That's why I also don't put down group exercise classes like jazzercise. And I don't put down small gyms like Curves, because I think that they're great. They are the stepping stones that a lot of people need in order to take themselves to that next level. So again, I have no issues with that, no problems with that at all. What I'm saying right now is if you decided to do something like the 5-2 diet and you ate whatever you wanted for the other 5 days a week, I just hope that in the future, you're still going to improve upon that. Meaning that the foods that you're eating, so even if you lose weight on a diet like this, the foods that you are consuming on the 5 days when you're eating whatever you want are still inflammatory. Even if you're not gaining weight, even if you're keeping the weight off, they're still inflammatory. They're not good for your health. They can cause cardiovascular-based diseases. They can cause inflammatory-based diseases, gut-based issues, autoimmune issues, cancer, and so on and so forth. So we can't say they're good for us just because we're not gaining weight or we're actually losing it. Okay, so this diet essentially is for people just starting out. However, there's some takeaways, some very advanced takeaways that I want to share with you as well. So we'll get into those takeaways in just a moment. What I want to say is those 2 low-calorie days, those 2 caloric restricting days, how are you supposed to complete them? Well, there's been a few different studies that have come out. One was by Dr. Krista Varady, and it was called the Alternate Day Fasting Study. And so what they did is they actually did 1 meal per day at lunch. And that lunch contained all 500 calories for women and all 600 calories for men. And there's another study by Dr. Michelle Harvey, and it was on a 2-day diet. And the same exact thing as this, 2 days a week, the 2-day diet. It has so many different names, right? Because it's been around for quite some time. It's just been made popular with some different lingo here and there. So that was several small meals throughout the day, typically 2 meals. What was the most or the largest proponent, with that being breakfast and dinner. So now, what are some of these advanced takeaways? Well, the big thing about just doing 1 meal on that fasting day at lunch is that you went from the night before. So let's say you stopped at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night, and then you went another, what would that be? Well, before 16 hours. So that's a lot of time between meals where your blood sugar can come down to a nice healthy level. You can tap into more body fat, which is going to help you oxidize body fat for fuel. And you can start to get at a little bit of this process called autophagy or autophagy, as we've spoken about before, which helps kill cancer cells, which helps to clean the body, allows for better detoxification. And if you were to go from 8 o'clock at night to 8 the next morning and have breakfast, you still get your 12 hours, which is what I recommend, 7 to 7 or 8 to 8. But then you also get another 12 hours from breakfast to dinner. So that's pretty impressive too. So you get a meal at breakfast, let's say 8 o'clock to 8:30, whatever it might be. Then you're going from 8:30 to, well, maybe not 12 hours to maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. You're still getting another 11 hours to, again, oxidize body fat, take advantage of that autophagy, and all the other healing processes within the body. So I think if I were to do the 5-2 diet, which again, I'm not recommending, but let's say you decide to take it up, totally fine. I want to help you get the most out of it. I would not do more than 2 meals per day. I would probably do a breakfast and dinner, or just as they did where they found good results is just do the lunch. So I take advantage of these big 12 to 16 hour windows to really take advantage of that intermittent fast. Because that's really what this is. Like, people are just figuring out, they're not even figuring it out. They're just coming up with different ways to do fasting. I want to give you my bottom line take on this is that I believe in intermittent fasting. I believe now we have more clinical evidence than ever before. And again, this has been going on for millennia, because as I've spoken about this before in the past, TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, which I've studied over in China when I was in Beijing at a TCM hospital studying there and interning as a resident there. And I was also in India, and I was in Sri Lanka, and I was in Europe, and all of these different clinics. The one thing that they definitely had in common is that for a lot of the sick people who weren't at least 2 week, because again, this is contraindicated for women who are pregnant or breastfeeding, those under 16 to 18 years old, those coming off surgery. There's contraindications, meaning if your body's not strong enough to do a fast, then you shouldn't fast. Of course, we know that. And again, you've heard me speak about this before. But here's the thing. We know that fasting works. It promotes longevity. It helps to kill cancer cells. It helps to give the body time to detox. It allows the gut to start to move all of those toxic materials out of it. Super, super important. And again, you're still drinking plenty of water. You're flushing your body, maybe adding even a lemon to the water or a little bit of ginger. But what you're not doing is overtaxing the body during that time. So if I could give you my recommendation, it would be to do the breakfast and dinner, keep those big windows in there. Again, if you did breakfast and dinner, you'd split your calories at about 250 to 300 calories per meal. You'd be going really low glycemic carbohydrates. So I'm talking about all vegetables at breakfast and dinner, all vegetables, meaning like 2 cups if you wanted to, or maybe a little bit more, because that would only be a couple hundred calories. And then add maybe a little bit of protein and a little bit of fat to those meals. That's how you're absolutely going to be able to maximize the amount of food that you can keep at that meal to stay nice and satiated. Because even though you're not necessarily restricted during those meals to what you can eat, even on the lower 500, 600 calorie days, I'll tell you this right now. If you were to have let's just say, or cereal, we'll put it that way, like just processed cereal, that would get digested so quickly that 250, 300 calories, and your blood sugar would crash a couple hours later. You'd be even more hungry. You'd probably get headaches. You'd probably feel all those withdrawal symptoms that you don't want. But if you eat a lot of fibrous-based vegetables, very low glycemic, with a little bit of fat and a little bit of protein, you'll stay more satiated. So that would be my recommendation. Now, again, I'm not recommending the 5-2 diet, but maybe you heard about it before. Maybe you have a friend who's doing it. Maybe you want to do it along with them. I'm always open to experimentation as long as it's healthy. We can make this healthy. But really, what's the bottom line? What have I talked about before in the Cabral concept? What do I want you to build off of? And what would I prefer you to do? What I would prefer you to do is this, is what I've spoken about before. please go back to previous shows, check out intermittent fasting. I recommend this for a lot of people. I recommend at least once a month, 24-hour fast where you are going from Sunday night. I typically do it this way, but again, you could do it any night of the week. I go Sunday night to Monday night. So I'm having dinner Sunday night with my family. After that, I stop eating and I don't eat again until Monday night when I come home and I'm having dinner again with my family. That gives me a full 24 hours from about 6:30 or so at night, 7 o'clock at night at the latest, till about 6:30, 7 o'clock that next day. So during that 24 hours, I'm drinking water, typically a pinch of sea salt and some lime in there for my sodium potassium, gives me a little bit of an energy boost. That is what I'm doing once a week to every couple weeks, whatever it might be. But then also I'm doing a longer 7-day Dr. Cabral detox at least once a quarter. And again, I recommend starting out with the 21-day Dr. Cabral detox hands down if you've never done it before, because you want to maximize your benefits, meaning like if you want to get well doing 21 days, of course, let me explain that in a moment, you're not fasting that whole time, is going to get you to that highest level of health the fastest. Now, if you're looking to lose weight, you can also use it for weight loss. And it's going to help you lose 15 plus pounds most likely in 21 days. Some people lose 21 pounds, some people lose 10. It really depends on the individual, how much weight they have to go, how unhealthy they are in the first place. But I'm telling you right now, it works better than anything I've seen before. So what I'm doing is I'm doing seasonal Dr. Cabral detoxes 4 times a year, sometimes 5 times a year for 7 days. And again, that's my maintenance-based protocol. I'm at the weight that I want to be at. I'm at the health that I want to be at. I'm at the energy I want to be at, and I'm sleeping well. So again, for me, it's just maintenance now. I want to stay healthy. I do a lot of things in my life, like the healthy gut support. I do, which is the healthy belly, and I do the healthy gut support for my gut rebuilding protocol twice a year. I do an intestinal cleanse once or twice a year. And these aren't big deals. This is just kind of like looking at my calendar and say, okay, in 2 weeks from now, I'm going to do this. Like, it's not really, you don't have to live your life around all these different things. But I'm telling you right now, until you get your health back, until you get your weight at the proper weight, until you feel like you've slowed the aging process, you need to put in the work now. And the reason is you get to reap all the benefits for the rest of your life. So might as well just put a couple weeks of work in, enjoy the benefits, hold on to them by maintaining it. That's me doing my Dr. Cabral daily protocol every morning, just my greens, my probiotic, my shake. It's all I want. I just do it before I leave the house at 7 in the morning and I'm good to go. I get all my nutrition for the day. That's what I do. Highest recommendation. See it work every single day in my practice. So if I can pass something on to you, that is it. But let's get back to the fasting. The fasting is that I believe that every person should fast. Now, again, healthy individuals, not children, not breastfeeding, not pregnant, not post-surgery. Healthy individuals should be fasting. I really do believe at least either, if not just once a month, every couple weeks, or maybe even once a week. And the reason I believe that is because the benefits are really clear and pronounced. By fasting for 24 hours, and again, this is what I'm recommending let me explain why, over the 5-2 diet is because of this. I want you in the long term to understand how to eat healthier. I don't want you to be having cookies and bagels and potato chips and all those things on a daily basis. Fine for a once a week, maybe twice a week cheat meal. I'm okay with that, but not every day. I want to lower the inflammation for the majority of the days and the majority of the meals. And then after that, yes, you're going to get one cheat meal per week, but I would love you to do for 24 hours to shut off the digestive system. We know that it consumes about 30% of energy. We know that every time we eat, new toxins are being formed in our body just by the byproduct of even healthy foods. There's something called metabolic waste. So we simply need to give our bodies and our digestive system a little bit of a rest. That's it, just a little bit of a rest. And by doing that once a week, every other week, or at least once a month for 24 hours, you're going to get tremendous benefit. Now, if you are doing the Dr. Cabral detox, you're getting 2 days in a row of a true intermittent fast where there's no real carbs coming into the body. You're getting just the vegan-based protein of the pea and rice to keep blood sugar levels stable, to give you the amino acids to keep that muscle on your body in terms of metabolic rate. And you're getting every vitamin, mineral, and antioxidant that your body needs in order to ramp up liver detoxification, which is what a true functional medicine detox is all about. So that's why these things are, again, they're studied. These are scientifically proven to get you the best results possible. So let's do a little quick recap. 5-2 diet, 5 days of eating whatever you want, 2 days of doing a pseudo intermittent fast where you're getting 500 calories to 600 calories per day for those 2 days. And in this diet, they shouldn't necessarily be consecutive. It should be like a Monday, Thursday, or maybe a Tuesday, Friday. Okay, that's for essentially beginners. They could do that. Now, next level B, we'll just let's pick once a month to do a Sunday night to Monday night fast. Or again, you can pick the day. The reason I like Sunday night into Monday night is Monday is my busiest work day. I'm kind of working on all the different writing, all the different projects I have. I've got a lot of meetings during that day. I've got my head down. I'm just working. I'm sipping on my hot water with lemon or my ginger tea or just my water with lime and a little bit of Himalayan sea salt, all of those things. And I'm just going. And then that night I know that I'm having dinner. So again, no big deal. That's a great way, I find, to kind of cleanse my body from that Sunday night to Monday night. And also I'm doing most likely a big cheat meal on Saturday night with family and friends and just kind of enjoying myself. So that gives my body a little downtime as well. Now, the third way, and the way that you go, again, all of these ramp up benefit, meaning like 5-2, pretty good. Doing 1 day a week, even more benefit because now you have zero food coming in. So autophagy can really take place. Blood sugar can really stabilize, even better. But again, some people aren't ready for that no eating for that 1 day. And then the highest level, the best level you can do is a functional medicine detox. Now, you can do the Dr. Ball detox or you can choose another one. You can choose your favorite functional medicine brand. I'm totally okay with that. What I want to explain to you is that when you're doing a real detox, where you have multiple days in a row of doing shakes, so your body's in a fasted state, it doesn't have any whole food coming in, and really the body's ability to clean itself just gets ramped up to the highest level because you're putting in the sulfur-based amino acids, you're getting the vitamin C, the vitamin E, the B vitamins, you're getting the selenium, you're getting all the things, the glutamine, N-acetylcysteine, everything that your body needs to detoxify. Now you're taking that to the highest level because what you're doing is you're supporting your body. Please understand that in naturopathic medicine, functional medicine, all of these different types of healing modalities, we are never telling the body what to do. What we're doing is we are giving the body what it needs in order to heal itself. Let me repeat that. A naturopathic doctor does not try to heal the body. What he does or she does is give the body the nutrients that it needs to help itself cleanse itself of its toxicities, remove toxicities, and then rebuild its deficiencies. And we do that through whole food, nutritional supplements, and also overall lifestyle, which is sleep and different types of detoxification-based protocols. Maybe it's a type of massage, like lymphatic massage or rebounding or dry brushing, all of these great things. But that is truly how you heal the body. And remember, if you're looking to lose weight, what you're really telling me is that your body's not healthy. It's imbalanced. So please don't tell me you just want to lose weight. Say to me, I want to get my body so healthy and get my body so healthy that it has no choice but to drop back down to its healthy, ideal weight. That's really what we're looking to do. Someone who comes in and say, I need to lose 50 pounds, I need to lose 30 pounds, I need to lose 100 pounds, whatever it might be. What you're really telling me is that there's some type of inflammation, there's some type of hormone imbalance, there's some type of dysregulated metabolism. And I can understand that, and I can understand your frustration. But what I'm telling you right now is once we get the body healthy, once we start doing things like detoxification-based protocols, we start to ease into the day in terms of digestion. When we start to do these things, I'm telling you right now, the body starts to rebalance itself. And when the body rebalances itself, it goes back to its normal, natural set point, and you will lose the weight effortlessly, without you trying to exercise more, consume less calories, just try to move your body to its upper limits, crush your body during workouts, any of these things. Those are all fine temporary fixes, but they are not going to lead you to the goals that you truly desire. And I'm telling you, after 20 years of doing this, I can tell you hands down that the people who are most successful start to rebalance their body from the inside out. Thank you everyone for tuning into today's Cabral Concept. I appreciate each and every one of your listens. I do hope that if this episode was helpful to you, that you will pass it on to someone else that it may help as well. Take care. Did you know that the body really only becomes sick or imbalanced in only 2 ways? Over time, you become deficient in vital nutrients, and you also accumulate toxins internally and from the environment. As those nutrients diminish and you increase your total toxic load, your body then begins to show the first signs of dis-ease. It's actually quite predictable, and the good news is that if we know how you began to fill up that proverbial rain barrel, we also know how to empty it to begin the healing process. I was fortunate enough to learn this ancient healing process from my mentor after suffering from debilitating diseases for close to a decade. It was only when I began to implement these techniques did I finally overcome my illnesses and go on to live a life of energy and vitality that I now enjoy. I'd like to share with you now what I discovered after traveling all over the world and how to combine the best of ancient healing wisdom with state-of-the-art science. Allow me to teach you exactly how I've been able to help over 250,000 people to empty their rain barrel and begin to transform their body and lives into what they've always hoped they could be. To get your copy of the international bestseller, The Rain Barrel Effect, simply go to stephencabral.com/rainbarrel.